Hey there, Central Ohio. Thanks for watching 10 TV Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.
And I'm meteorologist Aaron White, and it's finally quieting down a lot. Quieting down a lot after pretty active days of weather, and especially yesterday with all that rain.
Yeah, I feel like it's been almost a week since
Really,
we've had a normal 10 Weather Impact show here on 10 TV Plus. We've done a lot of storm coverage these past couple weeks, and now we're finally into a nice bit of reprieve.
Yeah, and actually really coming at a good time, of course, with the holiday weekend coming up, everyone getting ready for Red, White, and Boom coming up here on Thursday, and of course the 4th of July on Friday, and really just the entire weekend. Not looking bad.
Perfect timing for the weather to quiet down, and thankfully the other benefit too, we got all of that rain in early, which means we're not looking at drought conditions, we're not looking at fire conditions as we head toward this holiday. It's really setting up perfect.
Yeah, so we can actually dry out and we can actually enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that.
Speaking of which, let's dive straight into that forecast. Here's a look at your 10 Weather Impact headlines as we head into the rest of the day today and really the rest of this week. More warm temperatures are heading our way. Plenty of afternoon sunshine just about any day, and that comes with a high UV index. So make sure you're bringing the sunscreen to any of those cookouts, 4th of July celebrations. Not necessarily Red, White, and Boom because it'll be after dark, but anything in the day, make sure you're protecting yourself from those UV rays. And there's plenty of them out there today. This view on the Scioto Autobahn earlier in the morning showing pretty much crystal clear skies across central Ohio. Temperatures this morning started off not so bad in the 60s. It's a much more comfortable, less humid air mass in place for now. Will that stay the case through the weekend? I think we'll kind of get back to that hot, humid weather, but we at least have a couple of pretty nice summer days to enjoy across the region as we head over the end of this week. In fact, today we're expecting a high this afternoon in Columbus right around 87 degrees. Some areas could get a little closer to the upper 80s. We got 88 up there in Delaware, but for the most part, this is going to be cooler weather than what we saw last week. The next 12 hours, a few clouds pop this afternoon, but mostly sunshine across the board. Temperatures again mid to upper 80s across the region. Of course, like we said, that comes with that UV risk. Our forecast for today is for a very high level 10. So make sure again you are using that sunscreen, wearing those hats, covering up if you're outside, especially under that midday sun. SPF 30 or higher, the recommendation for that sunscreen. When it comes to the next 7 days, rain chances out there. We have a small little blip that comes in tomorrow where we could see a little bit of an isolated shower chance, but for the most part, we stay dry all the way through the holiday weekend. Again, we get back up to about 20% on Sunday, but I don't think we get back into really good rain chances, or at least better rain chances, until we head toward next Monday and Tuesday. That's when we start to raise those chances of precipitation back up once again. So this really couldn't have come at a better time for the holiday celebrations here in central Ohio. Here's a satellite radar as of earlier in the day Wednesday. Again, lots of clear skies across the region. A little bit of cloud cover is making its way into Illinois and Indiana. We will see an additional bit of cloud cover this afternoon, but that would be about it. We'll go to the hour-by-hour forecast here. We can see mostly clear skies through this afternoon. Again, a few of those clouds popping up, but these are just fair weather clouds. No concerns out there for this afternoon. And as we head into tonight, more of the same. Quiet weather through the overnight hours, a few clouds passing by, but that's going to be it. Thursday, as we work our way through the day, again, a few clouds around early in the day. As we head into the afternoon, we get that small chance for a little bit of rain, maybe a thunderstorm out there, but this is going to be a pretty small chance. Again, only about 20%, so this isn't going to be something that is likely to cancel your Red, White, and Boom plans. It is going to be a pretty subtle system that comes through, or subtle chance for rain that comes through our region on Thursday, and then we're back to quiet weather as we head into Friday. So a lot of nice conditions over the next 7 days. Here's your 10 Weather Impact 7-day forecast. Temperature this afternoon, again, 87 out there. It is going to be one of the better days to get those chores done. If you need to get the lawn in order before the 4th, I'd go ahead and do it today or tomorrow. Once you get into Friday and Saturday, I'm going to put the fair category on just because we're getting hotter as we we head toward the end of the week, we're talking temperatures that get back close to those 90s. Feels like temperatures certainly going to be in the 90s Friday and Saturday, so you got to be careful with the heat. But today, tomorrow, I would say are going to be really great days to get out and get stuff done. As we head into Thursday, of course, everyone's talking red, white, and boom there. Again, that early afternoon or early evening may have that little bit of stray pop-up shower, pop-up rumble of thunder, but most of us stay dry, and certainly we should mostly be dry by the time we start to head into those evening hours, which is some good news there as well. As we get into the 4th on Friday, temperatures a little bit warmer. We're up to that 90-degree mark in the afternoon. It is going to be a toasty one for cookouts. Plenty of sunshine, a lot of heat out there, so make sure you're staying cool, you're staying hydrated if you're outside for any of the parades, any of the cookouts, or anything else as we head into this weekend. Temperatures will stay in the 90s both Saturday and Sunday. And then when we get those rain chances that kind of creep back in as we head toward next Monday and Tuesday, that'll push temperatures back down to the 80s by the end of the forecast.
And honestly, a pretty solid forecast, having all the sunshine and, like you said, for some cookouts coming up. I know a lot of people are ready to fire up the grill and just enjoy some time with family and friends. And the forecast this afternoon, I'm really looking forward to. I've been thinking about going out paddleboarding on Buckeye Lake.
Perfect
so this afternoon is going to be nice for that. Just all the sunshine and not as much humidity. So that's been good too.
Not as much humidity. Still warm, but not as hot. And without the thunderstorm chance, it's a perfect day to hit the water.
Yeah. So a lot of people are ready for that. I know people are going to be getting the boats out here as we head into the holiday weekend, of course, and thankfully we're holding those storm chances off until next week. Yeah,
unfortunately, those storms did leave us with impacts over the past few days, including with the waterways. New details out there today. Fortunately, a hiker died after being hit by a tree. That was in Conkle's Hollow State Nature Preserve. It happened on the Lower Rim Trail Tuesday. The Hocking County's coroner office says that the uprooted tree fell and hit the victim. The coroner has not released information about the hiker. Death still under investigation.
And Hocking Hills State Park posted to their Facebook page saying Conkle's Hollow and the Old Man's Cave Gorge Trail are back open this morning following the flash flooding on the trails on Tuesday. These are actually pictures from the state park showing the water just moving so fast through the area. Park officials say that you might still see some partial flooding, so make your best judgment when you're out hiking.
And we're also taking a look this morning at flooding issues in Ross County. We first told you about this on Tuesday morning on 10 TV Plus. You can see some areas that were underwater because of the rain. Our crews say that a culvert and a road washed away. The Sheriff's Department says there were rescues, but no reports of any injuries.
And also impacted, Clear Creek Metro Park in Fairfield and Hocking counties is actually closed because of the heavy flooding inside the park. Metro Park says Clear Creek Road ended up flooded, and there were also downed trees and power lines on the road, and some staff members and 3 visitors ended up getting stuck inside the park for a few hours just because of all the flooding going on and because of the roads being blocked. But Metro Parks says everyone was able to get out safely.
We have even amongst our staff people that are like, I want to go and see it. Now is not the time to come down and see that. Give us some time, clear it out, and we'll share some pictures once we get them.
And Metro Park says the staff stayed to help clear the debris. It's not sure when Clear Creek Metro Park will reopen, and we, of course, will let you know when it does.
Yeah, that's just one of the many weather impacts we've seen over the past week. And before we had the rain last week, we had a lot of the heat. And, it wasn't just here. Much of the country felt that as well. And this week's Climate Watch report, hot temperatures and climate change are leading to higher costs for electricity. Here's Jesse Mitchell with more.
We're keeping an eye on the climate. Here's what you need to know. A dangerous heat dome gripped the U.S. last week. More than 280 locations across the country broke records, and 121 tied previous highs, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association. Several cities felt hotter than 100 degrees last week, including Chicago, Nashville, Boston, and Staten Island, where the heat index hit 113. Roads buckled, trains slowed, and PJM, the largest grid operator in the U.S., said power demand hit a 10-year high. As air conditioning was in demand last week, new research shows climate change is driving up electricity costs across the country. In the summer of 2023 and 2024, climate change increased electricity costs by an average of 35% in New England, 30% in California, and 20% in Texas, according to new research from Texas A&M. And while renewables like solar could help bring electricity prices down, nearly $1.5 billion in clean energy projects were canceled in May. A new report says policy rollbacks have killed more than $15 billion in projects this year, along with 12,000 new jobs. Republican districts are taking the biggest hit, losing out on most of the funding and nearly 10,000 jobs. That's your Climate Watch. For the latest on climate and environmental news, go to cbsnews.com and follow us on Instagram at CBS News Planet. I'm Jesse Mitchell in New York.
You gotta love the views of the fireworks there. It means Independence Day is almost here, and I mean, we're setting for red, white, and boom as we head into tomorrow.
Yeah, it's wild just kind of how quickly everything's come up. I feel like summer always just flies by. We get to the 4th of July and, you know, it just really goes through. But hey, we're looking forward to the holiday weekend. It's going to be a nice forecast here for red, white, and boom coming up tomorrow. And of course, the 4th of July forecast. We got temperatures warming up right on through the 80s, upper 80s. They may even get close to 90 degrees here going into the afternoon here on the 4th of July, and especially as we look ahead to the weekend itself. But I want to talk about fireworks because this is actually some fun science as we talk about how fireworks actually work. There's different chemical compounds that allow for the different colors that you see with all the different fireworks that get launched with all those great displays, all the different shows. So some of the chemicals that are used, the different compounds, sodium, you can see for yellow, you got copper for blue. So just a little bit of a science behind how everything works. They put all those fireworks together, they mix all the different compounds, and then of course, you know, launch it into the sky, and you get those great displays that we of course see. And here, of course, you know, some of those fireworks actually, you know, have those like really loud bangs.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, just some fun science here for you today.
That's cool. And, you know, I am a huge lover of fireworks. I love to watch them. I love to set them off. Of course, you got to recommend doing so safely this time of the year. Make sure you've got all of your precautions in place, that you have the water out there, that you keep the kids away, younger kids or even adults, hearing protection for some of those fireworks, especially the big ones, can be a problem. But I mean, it's a lot of good fun to enjoy.
Yeah, and keeping those fireworks, you know, away from where, you know, you're actually launching some of that stuff from, because I've seen videos where people have their fireworks all in like a wagon or something, and then, you know, if something happens, then they're all going to go off. So
exactly. I mean, also, if you got like a smaller property, if you're in a suburb, don't do that thing where you're setting them off at the end of your driveway, like 2 feet from everybody. Like you need some space here.
Give some distance. You know, that's why they do that at the fireworks shows. They are several 100 feet away from where the spectators are watching. So think about that. Be away from where everyone's watching.
Absolutely.
Just be safe.
Good advice. And finally today, let's check out some new video windows here at 10 TV. This one coming courtesy of some of your relatives, Aaron.
Yeah, so this is a tornado. This is in eastern South Dakota. I saw a lot of video of this over the weekend. This is from Saturday, and you can see a pretty large tornado. This is a preliminary rating from the National Weather Service of an EF3. And my cousins were actually out there for a rodeo in the area. They left, everyone left, they saw the storms coming in, they decided to follow them, and then they came across this pretty large tornado. So this was from Clear Lake, South Dakota, just near Watertown, just in the eastern part of the state. And just a pretty dramatic video from my cousin David and then his wife Danielle were on the road. So she was filming this, he was driving along, and then just like
approaching with caution. You can see the very slow driving at this point. And I mean, that is just a picturesque tornado if I've ever saw one.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really see them that often. A lot of times they get wrapped in rain, so pretty wild to see that.
Yeah, and speaking of picturesque views, take a look at this one from Hawaii. Betsy Brown shot this video Sunday mid-morning at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Dozens of visitors at the park brought chairs and stood up to watch episode 27 of this Kilauea volcano eruption.
It's wild to see that.
It just keeps going and going out there. Yeah, episodes like this have, occurred about once a week since the start of this eruption cycle in December. So it's been a while.
Yeah, and I'm sure, of course, it's going to keep going. And I actually saw something earlier today, just in the last 24 hours, there was another volcano eruption, a little bit larger one in Japan, in that area. So
I'd like to see one at some point in time, especially like, Hawaii, you got the whole national park for it.
Yep.
Typically, it's not causing problems there.
And that's the thing too.
That's good too.
Yeah, the Hawaii volcanoes there, they shoot up all that lava and stuff, but usually is not going to harm anything.
Yeah, it's just good. You don't want to see anything in harm's way. But speaking of being out of harm's way, we're out of harm's way when it comes to the weather this week, other than the heat and the sun.
Ready for that sunshine.
Yeah, we're ready to enjoy it. But of course, that doesn't mean we're taking a break. Coming up later tonight, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz, he'll have the latest on your forecast heading to this holiday weekend.